Right now is Gordie Johnson from the band Big Sugar. Gordie, welcome back to Fredericton. Good to have you guys back here. Now, how's the tour going so far? I guess you just started last night in Charlottetown, was it?
Yeah, we did Newfoundland actually as well. We did the Much Music Snow Job show in Newfoundland for a couple of days, and then PEI now.
Okay. Now, how's the new material going over live when you perform it?
Oh, great! Yeah, a lot of people have bought the record, and yeah, the response has been overwhelming this year. Even since September, we've been out.
Okay. Also, been getting very good reviews. Does that make you happy?
Yeah, although, I mean, every once in a while you get a bad review, but we try not to get too down on things like that, because it doesn't necessarily mean a bad show. Everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
Some people apparently don't like rock and roll.
I guess your music has been described as a blend of rock, blues, and reggae. Is that an accurate description of your sound to someone who may never have heard the band before?
Yeah, I suppose all of those ingredients are there. Each member of the band brings a part of that sound to the music, and we mix it all up. So.
Okay, does it help now having a corporate sponsor like Belvedere promote the shows?
Yeah, it always helps having more exposure, more promo for the tour, more advertisement, things like that. And yeah, I mean, it makes it better for all the bands.
Now, with all the controversy around tobacco advertising and being banned, and people, like Neil Young saying they'd never endorse anything corporate, I guess, how does that make you feel? Like, do you think people are taking it a little bit too far, that type of thing? Going overboard with it?
I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I mean, it is their prerogative to stand up for it. If they don't want to be associated with a product, that's cool. I wouldn't criticize anybody for it, but as far as I'm concerned, it's just business, People, if you smoke and feel nice, If you don't smoke and feel nice. That's fine. Smoke them if you got them. I don't really care one way or the other. Choose what you want to do. I don't get free cigarettes for coming out here. I get money, So that helps us put on a better show and reach more people. I don't really care what product they're selling. They put together a really nice package and all that stuff. So, yeah, I appreciate their support.
I also imagine
business, man.
Touring can be very expensive as that and it helps.
Sure, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of, all those guys setting up all that stuff. They all got to eat and sleep somewhere, So that helps us take care of everybody.
And the ticket prices don't always cover it, so.
No, they don't. But we've managed to do okay.
Now, I really like your videos. Is that something you guys enjoy, making videos?
No, I enjoy them when they're done. I mean, I like having videos out there. It helps promote the band, certainly, but making them is not one of our favorite things to do. It usually involves standing outside in the freezing cold for long periods of time, things like that, not enough sleep. But it's all right.
So has Much Music been giving you much airplay now in their videos?
Yeah, Much Music have been really supportive of us for a long time. Even before we had a proper record label, they would spin our videos, and that has enabled us to tour all over Canada for the last 6 years. We've been able to go out and do that strictly because of Much Music. Before this record came out, we didn't get any radio play pretty well anywhere in Canada, but we were still able to tour and play to sold-out houses. So, thanks, Much Music.
Do you think they have more or less a monopoly on the music industry in Canada? Because there's for rock acts, there's not much radio airplay.
I wouldn't say they have a monopoly on it. I mean, I think anyone who wants to, put rock videos on television can go out and do that. CBC did that they had a program for a while, or, TV Ontario. I mean, all the different stations have done it to some extent, but Much Music's really the only one that has any sort of penetration, It gets everywhere. I remember when I was in high school living in Medicine Hat, Alberta, we didn't have cable TV or Much Music or anything like that. So it was like living in an isolated universe, and we didn't know about anything that was going on in the rest of the world. Now we go play in Medicine Hat and we'll sell out the show. So I don't mind seeing things change like that.
I've read articles where they describe the band as Gordie Johnson and Big Sugar. How much of a democracy the band actually is?
No, there is no democracy, and no, it's a totalitarian state. That's the only way it works.
Yeah.
Only one person gets to drive. Yeah, I don't find it. I don't think democracies work in things. You know, but I do welcome everyone else's input, and as a leader, I mean, help to try and be a good leader too, and encourage people to do what it is they do best and bring their personality to the band. I'm not just going to stand over someone and do this, do that, and program a machine to do that. And I want people's personality to come out as well, but it is pretty much up to me what happens and what doesn't happen. So. And my guys they're all cool with that.
That being because you're the chief songwriter in the band.
Yeah, I sing and write the songs and all that stuff. So.
Now, has the album been released anywhere outside of Canada?
No, we're just working on a release in Britain right now. We'll probably go to England in April. Same thing in the U.S. We'll be going to the U.S.
Okay.
in April.
Now, this show is basically geared to a young musician type audience. I just wonder if there's any advice you could give to a young band.
Young musician type of?
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope that's not the only people that come and see us. I don't think
No,
so.
basically the
I
show
see
that...
I see lots of... You mean our show
No,
or
my
this
show.
show?
Yeah, my show.
Your show.
My show that I do is geared to a young musician. And
Young musicians, huh?
so I just wonder any advice you guys might give to a band.
Well, what could I tell you? Don't be afraid to be unique. Or more important than anything else, be yourself, be unique. Don't invest all your time trying to sound like what's happening now, because by the time you perfect that, what's happening now will have been happening 6 months ago, and try to get paid for it, because thankfully, that was something my parents sort of drilled into me. They weren't musicians or didn't even know about the music business or anything, but they said, well, if you're going to go out and play guitar, then try and get paid for it.
Right.
If you're going to spend your time doing anything, you need to do it for a living, or you got to go get a job. Well, I didn't want to do that, God knows. So, yeah, I started getting paid to do it when I was still a teenager. I wasn't even just in high school. Started in high school, and I think that's the most important thing. I've always been able to make a living playing music, and it can be done. It can be done.
Now, has being signed to A&M Records helped you guys a lot?
Oh, yeah, of course. Sure, anything like that. Corporate sponsors, record labels, things like that. Oh, yeah, it all helps. The more people you can reach, the better.
Okay. Now, where's the tour go from here?
We're going all over the Maritimes and Quebec. Then we're going down the west coast of Canada and the United States.
Okay.
Back up to the middle, and then back more in the middle, and then we go to England, and then just sort of goes like this.
Okay, well, I wish you the best of luck with the rest of the tour and the album.
Cool.
Gordie Johnson and Big Sugar.